Good morning. It's been a minute, but I'm married now, and I'm still accident prone. And there's something that I noticed shortly after marriage that, after some thought, I really wanted to speak about. So, not even a couple days into my marriage, I found out that I had actually scratched my ring pretty badly. So I did some research, and it actually turns out that platinum's, though it's dense, is a pretty soft metal, and it gets scratched kind of easily. And though it was something I was pretty bummed out about in the beginning, I do think it taught me a pretty good lesson. You see, if the ring that I got was harder and it was less prone to scratching, what that would mean is I really wouldn't care about it. I really wouldn't be too concerned about it. I would kind of just let it wear away and just kind of take it for granted. And I think that's very important, considering that a wedding ring symbolizes your marriage. And in very much the same way, you can let your ring get wear, get damaged, not really pay attention to it because you expect it to be so hard. The same thing could be said for a marriage. You see, if you don't give your marriage the right care, the right concern, checking up on it, you end up taking it for granted. That actually leaves you in a very dangerous place, somewhere that you don't want to be in your marriage. But as you all know, I'm not a marriage counselor. I just love Jesus. So you know where I'm going to bring this. Because we all know that marriage between a husband and a wife is just a symbol or a shadow of the relationship between Christ and the church. And don't ask me how that works, because even the Bible says it's a mystery. So we need to be careful, kind of like with the wedding rings, with our marriage, not to take God for granted. We as Christians kind of have this caricature against us, and it's not like we're doing anything to refute it, where we kind of think that belief, that faith, that Christianity is kind of just one and done. You believe and then that's it. But I'd say that it's actually the opposite. The Bible says that we stand in faith. And Paul writes, and this is kind of the motto for the ministry, from Christ to Christ, that our salvation is from faith to faith. You see, faith is our link to God. It's what connects us with Him. And because it's so valuable, because it has that power, it's something that needs to be perpetually maintained and cared about and sought after and looked at. Our faith, our relationship with God can't be taken for granted, the same way that our marriage can't be taken for granted, or like even our wedding rings can't be taken for granted. They mean something. They're important. Our relationship with God's the most important thing. Yeah, I came up with this long analogy just to talk about God, but He's important. And that's my Bible talk for the day. God bless you, and remember that all that you be done from Christ to Christ.